Hey everybody, hope you're doing pretty well. If you checked out my channel recently, you might have noticed something new. Look at these. These are the first 5 courses in the Splinterlands trading course that I did for EMP. I told you I was doing this with them, and some people have been watching them already, which is amazing. But pretty soon they're going to have an academy on their site for their investors to hopefully join the Splinterlands project. And today we're going to be going into 2 things. I just want to touch base on the EMP Sentinel NFT drop that's happening tomorrow, and doing my normal that I haven't done in a while, but I said I would keep doing, which is where I use the infinite money loop of EMP to continue making more Splinterlands assets for me, or the infinite splinter loop if you're doing it like I'm doing it. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the platform. In that last video with the Sentinels, I did some updates on some changes they've done to their site. Just since yesterday, their token is up from 20 cents or like 22 cents to 28 cents. E-shares are up from 330 to 390. As you can see here, BNB is up a little bit now, over 305. This is helping the whole reactor thing, and that's a big part of what that Sentinel video was about. But right now, before we run out of time, we're going to go jump over and we're going to take a look at our generator. Now again, the generator is SPS and BNB paired together in a generator contract, and this is generator as a service. It is a big part of how EMP will succeed because they're going to get revenue streams from any of the projects that want to join them. So far there's been 2 that I've joined, plus 2 more that I know of that are in the works that will be launching soon, and they have their partnership with MDB that has led to this big NFT launch that they're doing tomorrow. So all of these are bringing additional revenue sources into their treasury, and their treasury has not started to buy back EMP yet, but they do have it on their roadmap to, once they've built up enough revenue building things, that they'll be able to start to support the peg of their token. They just don't want to do it in 1 second. So as you can see here, I have done pretty well in the generator. I have currently deposited 224 LP tokens. I've earned 80 tokens since I've got into here, 80 LP tokens, averaging a current value of $874. Normally when I compound, I'm earning anywhere between 4 and 5 token free lottery tickets, though I have not won the lottery yet. And then once a week I can come in here and I can claim these tokens, and it gives me some money to put back into the Splinterlands ecosystem. So today, instead of doing a compound like I normally would, I'm going to do a claim. Now when you do a claim, you do get the amount that is shown here, so I will get 1.941 tokens roughly. But this is because this number is shown to you with their taxes that are in place on any claims. If you do a compound, you actually compound more in than you see here. So that's something to just know. As you can see, their deposit growth actually tracks your LP. It does not track your dollar amount. It's because this project is made for people with long-term thinking. If you think that an LP pair between SPS and BNB will be worth more in the future, then obviously these numbers will go up. But if you don't think that, then I understand how this might not be the project for you, because you are locking your tokens into this contract and only able to compound or claim once per day. So as you can see, while I have $2,000 deposited, I can only get about $20 out a day. Now that's a great return on a $2,000 investment, but I can never pull this $2,000 out. And if I were to claim up here, once I've earned this max payout number, my fund would come to an end if I'm not doing any additional compounding. Just talking a little bit about how generator works, if you forgot. I do have videos within my EMP series that you can check out that really actually explain it in much more detail than that. But we did get our tokens here that we got here, and now we're going to also do our weekly claim out of the reactor. Normally do these on Saturday, but I'm doing them on Sunday because I had a busy day yesterday. Actually, it is Saturday. I forgot I took Friday off work because I I did the trunk or treat at the school. I did a tweet of all the candy bars I bought to give out to kids. It was a whole lot of fun. It's always fun to see younger kids come up to your table and see full-size candy bars and just get super excited. And then, you know, eventually I ran out and I was kind of bummed. I'm like, man, I should have bought maybe 2 or 3 more boxes. But I got some at the house for anybody that does make it down here. But we aren't always a hot Halloween house, being at the end of a cul-de-sac that is kind of an offshoot street that kids just don't come down very often. But we'll go ahead and do another claim here. Now, normally I could wait another hour and I might get a little bit more. But when I do the video, I like to claim my generator, and then my original project that I got into, the eShares BNB, that was meant to show you how I could buy EMP tokens to put into Splinterlands without really hurting the value of the EMP token at all. So we're going to do a claim here. As you can see, I got about $15 here. And then after we do this claim, we're going to be heading over to PancakeSwap to do a little bit of swapping around of tokens. And then we're going to be heading into Splinterlands to go ahead and buy some credits with those EMP tokens. All right, that transaction went through. So let's hit up PancakeSwap. I think you guys could hear that. Maybe I'll turn the audio off on the desktop for now. So we're going to need to go into our liquidity, because you are claiming liquidity tokens. And as you can see here, I have about 1539 BNB share, and I have the 1941 in SPS and BNB. Now, an option you could do is just hold this SPS and BNB. As soon as I'm holding this, I'm going to start earning rewards within the Splinterlands ecosystem for being a liquidity provider for this, similar to what they're doing within the generator project is one of the ways that they're able to pay us out these tokens. But I'm going to remove these because I want to pick up a little bit more BNB and a little bit more SPS. So we're going to have to do an enable. We're going to do a sign, and then we're going to do a remove. As you can see here, I'm going to spend a little bit of money on gas, but luckily BNB is not too bad. You know, the Binance chain works pretty well on these things. And I should have gotten about 0.0001 BNB. Oops, no, I'm sorry. That's wrong. I should have looked at what I was getting. But I'm going to get a little bit more BNB. So this went up a tiny bit, and I am going to get, yeah, see it went up to 4.8, like 0.03 BNB. And now I have a little bit of SPS in my wallet. But I already had some sitting there from last time I did this. I do need to figure out what I want to do with this SPS. For now, I've just been holding it in my wallet. But I'll probably bring it back into the game and maybe add it to my staking pool. Or I can pair it up with DEC and go into the liquidity pools on Splinterlands. There's a lot of different options with these tokens. Obviously, I could sell them as well. Now we're going to go back into our ETH. Oh, no, not the ETH EMP. This, I just have a little bit extra that always ends up in my wallet when I try to stake it all. It's kind of weird. And we're going to remove this liquidity. All right, so this is another 0.024, and then we're going to get some eShares. It's an interesting time for eShares. Definitely right now might be an interesting time to just go ahead and hold on to my eShares. But, you know, I'm only getting only getting like point of an eShare. So I think for now I'm just going to going to keep doing my little example that I'm showing, but there is some speculation right now on that token. All right, so now we've done we've turned our tokens into tokens, so now we can do our swapping. So we are swapping into EMP right here. I already had some on the site, around 400 in my wallet currently that I got from my nodes actually. And then we did claim some BNB. We got about 0.05. So we're going to do 0.05. I think I'm rounding down a little bit, but I'm going to keep a little bit of the BNB. So that'll pick me up 54 tokens. Getting free money because I just claimed those. There was my alarm to make sure I had claimed my generator. The last time I guess I snoozed it. All right, and then we have some eShares that we're going to sell. So we'll do a max here. That's going to pick me up 27.5 tokens. So we have about 54, 64, 74. We'll call it 72 tokens that we're looking to invest into the game. Now, normally, if you didn't have any extra tokens in your wallet, you wouldn't need to do this little step right here. But I'm going to go to EMP tokens. Emp.money. There it is. I had to put the space. That's why it wasn't coming up. And we're going to see how much 72 tokens would be. So we're going to be looking to buy about $20 worth of credits. So we're going to go into the Splinterlands ecosystem. We're going to hit the plus next to the credits. We're going to hit crypto. We're going to do EMP. We're going to try to pick up $20. This should be under or at my 72 tokens. Just under my 72 tokens that I had claimed from the ecosystem. Just got to wait here for the gas. BNB seems to do this to me sometimes where it just is a little bit slow estimating the gas. I think maybe I need to check if my MetaMask needs an update. But this is going. Should be going for just a little bit longer. Looks like I accidentally made my window a little bit bigger. I think most of the stuff that happens in the middle, so sometimes I have to try this again. There it goes. Worked the second time. I don't know what it is with the chain. It's been doing some weird things to me lately. So we'll go ahead and confirm that. Now we're just going to be waiting for a moment for this to go through. While it's going through, I can go ahead and load up peak monsters and let you know something that I'm currently doing. I have been putting in bids. Let's see. Oh, my profile. For summoners. And I'm targeting 2 summoners that people are selling pretty cheap because I'm trying to get more summoners for my land. So there's General Sloan's. I was able to pick up 10 of those for $1.20. Not too bad, not too bad. That's only $12 for 10 summoner cards. I put in a bid at the time. Thaddeus, this $1.40 was the best bid, but some people have come over me now since the news about possible burns to Chaos Legion packs, which I'm going to be doing a separate video on in just a minute. And that is something I see trending up, guys. These Chaos Legion summoners are probably not going to be as cheap as they are for very much longer. Let's go ahead and get back to the site. Our $20 purchase went through, so now we have that $242, and I am primed to go shopping in the Splinterlands ecosystem. Again, what would be the best thing to buy at this point? Oh, I picked on the market instead of the cards. Would it be some of these cheap 82 cents legendary cards? Or 80-cent legendary cards? Maybe these cheap recharge legendaries, as recharge could get a change to it to make it a little bit better and more competitive, as these cards seem to be grossly undervalued. Maybe one of the most powerful cards in the game that just has a whole lot of supply right now. Might be good to pick up a few of those. This card right here is amazingly powerful. Once it gets Giant Killer, it's only selling for $3. But as you can see, by adding $20 to the ecosystem now, and I can do this every single week, I'm able to come to the market and take a look at what I want to add to my collection. And I get to do that forever as long as I keep on my compounding 6 days and claiming 1 day strategy. Eventually, when my amount that is in the protocol reaches a more comfortable level, I'll probably switch to a 5 days of compounding and claiming on Saturday and Sunday. I do that occasionally right now. I kind of alternate between a 6-1 and a 5-2. And I think that's worked out for me pretty well. Again, going back to the Emp.money site, my reactor balance has grown here, where I've basically almost doubled. Been able to earn almost, has almost doubled what I've put into it. I'm earning 2 to 3 tickets on a claim here in my detonator deposit, it is still growing. I've earned 7 additional tokens. This one I put less money in to start with, but it's still pushed up to a good amount. And as the token is regaining peg, this number is getting bigger, which is helping me be able to earn that 1 free lottery ticket. One of these days, I'll hopefully earn a lotto ticket. And then, of course, in the detonator as a service section, the generator has just been doing amazing for me. The cultivator is their other project that they worked with. So this is, I need to learn about this one because I don't know much about it. I haven't spent the time yet to learn about this project. But thanks for hanging out with me today on my little video showing you how I am increasing my Splinterlands cards. And if you do decide to take a look at this training course, do know it is made with a bit of a, hey, this is for the EMP community. So I talk a little bit slower. I do really simple examples. I'm covering stuff from the very beginning. And I'm talking about stuff not only from a new player entering the game, but a new investor playing the game. So there's more talks about bots, rental bots, playing bots, because not everybody in the EMP ecosystem is going to want to play the game, but all of them have a chance to diversify their portfolios with Splinterlands assets and then put them to work. And until Splinterlands doesn't want people to bot, I'm going to cover the botting solutions because it makes the game more profitable in my mind and more appealing to outside investors. Because let's face it, not all of them are going to have the time to learn the game, but all of them can understand that if they put together a good collection and the bot plays, it earns them a return. And I do know not everybody loves that, but I do think that it is something that is worth to me, it's just something that is worth sharing with people and making sure they understand. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.